Section 7. Compulsory Basic Education. It shall be compulsory for every parent or guardian or other persons having custody of a child to enroll such child in basic education, irrespective of learning delivery modes and systems, until its completion as provided for by existing laws, rules, and regulations. Section 8. Inclusiveness of enhanced basic education. In furtherance of Section 3 of the Act, inclusiveness of enhanced basic education shall mean the implementation of programs designed to address the physical, intellectual, psychosocial, and cultural needs of learners, which shall include, but not limited to, the following. 8.1. Programs for the gifted and talented. This shall refer to comprehensive programs for the gifted and talented learners in all levels of basic education. 8.2. Programs for learners with disabilities. This shall refer to the comprehensive programs designed for learners with disabilities which may be homeschool, center, or community-based. 8.3. Madrasa Program. This shall refer to the comprehensive program using the madrasa curriculum prescribed by the DepEd in coordination with the Commission on Muslim Filipinos for Muslim learners in public and private school. 8.4. Indigenous Peoples or IP Education Program. This shall refer to the program that supports education initiatives undertaken through formal, non-formal, and informal modalities with emphasis on any of, but not limited to, the case areas of indigenous knowledge system and practices, and community history, indigenous languages, indigenous learning system or ILS, and community life cycle-based curriculum and assessment. Educational goals, aspirations, and competencies specific to the indigenous cultural community, engagement of elders and other community members in the teaching-learning process, assessment and management of the initiative, recognition and continuing practices of the community ILS, and the right of responsibilities of ICCs. 8.5. Programs for learners under difficult circumstances. This shall refer to the timely and responsive programs for learners under difficult circumstances, such as but not limited to geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse and child labor practices. Section 9. Acceleration. Acceleration of learners in public and private educational institution shall be allowed, consistent with DepEd rules and regulation. Rule 2 Curriculum. Section 10. Basic Education Curriculum Development. In the development of basic education curriculum, the DepEd shall be guided by the following. 10.1. Formulation and Design. Pursuant to Section 5 of the Act, the DepEd shall formulate the design and details of the enhanced basic education curriculum. The DepEd shall work with the CHED and TESDA to craft harmonized basic, tertiary, and technical vocational education curricula for Filipino graduates to be locally and globally competitive. 10.2. Standards and Principles. The DepEd shall adhere the following standards and principles when appropriate in developing the enhanced basic education curriculum. A. The curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate. B. The curriculum shall be relevant, responsive, and research-based. C. The curriculum shall be gender and culture sensitive. D. The curriculum shall be contextualized and global. E. The curriculum shall use pedagogical approaches that are constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative. F. The curriculum shall adhere the principle and framework of Mother Tongue-Based Multilingual Education or MTB-MLA, which starts from where the learners are and from what they already know, proceeding to the known, to the unknown, instructional materials and capable teachers, to implement the MTB-MLA curriculum shall be available. For this purpose, MTB-MLA refers to the formal or non-formal education in which the learner's mother tongue and additional languages are used in the classroom. G. The curriculum shall use the spiral progression approach to ensure mastery of knowledge and skills after each level. H. The curriculum shall be flexible enough to enable and allow schools to localize, indigenize, and enhance the same based on their respective educational and social context. 10.3 Production and Development of Materials. The production and development of locally produced teaching and learning materials shall be encouraged. The approval of these materials shall be devolved to the regional and division education unit in accordance with national policies and standards. 10.4 Medium of Teaching and Learning. Pursuant to Section 4 and 5 of the Act, basic education shall be delivered in languages understood by the learners, as language plays a strategic role in shaping the formative years of learners. The curriculum shall develop proficiency in Filipino and English, provided that the first and dominant language of the learners shall serve as the fundamental language of education. For kindergarten and the first 3 years of elementary education, instruction, teaching materials, and assessment shall be in the regional or native language of the learners. Filipino and English shall be gradually introduced as languages of instruction until such time when these two languages can become the primary languages of instruction at the secondary level. 10.5 Stakeholder Participation. To achieve an enhanced and responsive basic education curriculum, the DepEd shall undertake consultation with other national government agencies and other stakeholders including, but not limited to, the Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE, the Professional Regulation Commission or PRC, Private and Public Schools Association, National Student Organization, National Teacher Organization, Parents Teachers Association, Chamber of Commerce, and other industry association on matters affecting the concerned stakeholders. Section 12. Teacher Education and Training. To ensure that the enhanced basic education program meets the demand for quality teachers and school leaders, the DepEd, CHED, and TESDA shall conduct teacher education and training programs in collaboration with relevant partners in government, academic industry, and non-governmental organization. Such professional development programs shall be initiated, conducted, and evaluated regularly throughout the year to ensure constant upgrading of teaching skills. Teacher education and training programs shall include, but not limited to, 12.1 In-service training on content and pedagogy. DepEd teachers will implement and enhance basic education curriculum but have not undergone pre-service education that is aligned with the enhanced basic education curriculum shall be trained to meet the content and performance standard of the enhanced basic education curriculum. The DepEd shall ensure that the private educational institution shall be given the opportunity to avail of such training. 12.2 Training of new teachers. New graduates of the teacher education curriculum not aligned with the enhanced basic education curriculum shall undergo additional training upon hiring to upgrade their competencies and skills to the content and performance standards of the new curriculum. Furthermore, the CHED, in coordination with the DepEd and relevant stakeholders, shall ensure that the teacher education curriculum offered in these TEIs will meet the necessary quality standards for new teachers. Duly recognized organization acting as TEIs in coordination with DepEd, CHED, and other relevant stakeholders shall ensure that the curriculum of these organizations meets the necessary quality standards for trained teachers. For purposes of this subparagraph, the term duly organized organization acting as TEIs refers to organizations other than schools or HEIs, contracted out by DepEd during the transition and for fixed period to provide teacher training for purposes of retooling the graduates of the teacher education curriculum, and only in such areas where there is a shortage of trained teachers. 12.3 Training of School Leadership. Superintendents, principals, subject area coordinators, and other instructional school leaders shall likewise undergo workshops and training to enhance their skills on the roles as academic, administrative, and community leaders. 12.4 Training of Alternative Learning System or the ALS. Coordinators, instructional managers, mobile teachers, and learning facilitators. As coordinators, instructional managers, mobile teachers, and learning facilitators shall likewise undergo workshops and training to enhance their skills on their roles as academic, administrative, and community leaders.